Being a substitute teacher is actually a very difficult task. Not because of the reason you think is that kids are going to be all bad because they think they can get away with stuff. I don't think that really understands the true psychology of young children in elementary age, where I do most of my substituting. I think the real issue for them comes from the transition, the uncertainty of knowing what this teacher is going to be like. Whenever a student is uncertain, they're more likely to act in inappropriate ways because they don't know what's appropriate. And, just the truth of the matter is, different teachers have different standards, and so anytime someone comes in, unless they're kindergarten, they've only had one teacher, they're going to be thrown into some kind of confusion. It's like, is this teacher going to be like last year's teacher, the previous year's teacher, or this teacher's? And so it becomes really important to let them know what you expect right away. With the younger students, I have a speech that I often share, and it works out really well. And it starts out, and I come in front of the class, and I say, "Good morning, everybody. My name is Mr. Gardner, and I know whenever you have a new teacher, you have the same question. Is Mr. Gardner a nice teacher or a mean teacher?" And sometimes they'll call out, and they'll say, "I think you're a nice teacher." And I'll say, "Oh, no, calling out, but that's not true. The truth of the matter is that I'm a very, very mean teacher." And then some of them will sit up straight and will get a little scared looking at, and then I'll explain. I'll say, "You see, nice teachers sneak into your backpacks and take your lunch. I would never sneak into your backpack and take your lunch. I brought my own lunch. Nice teachers throw things at you, and I will never, ever throw things on you." Incidentally, that's not true. I will throw things at you. Not the younger grades, but the older grades, oh yeah. Pay attention. And then I'll continue, and I'll say, "Whereas mean teachers always follow the rules. I always follow the rules. Mean teachers always give excellent lessons, and I always try to give excellent lessons. So, you can see, even though I'm not perfect, I am still trying to be a very, very mean teacher." And by this time, most of the fear has already settled down. Then they'll laugh and they'll say, "No, Mr. Gardner, that's not what you're doing opposite." And then, but I've set a standard already. In the first moments when I said I'm a mean teacher, I set the standards that it's not anything goes. It's not going to be a freewheeling day. There's going to be rules, and they're going to be expected to be followed, and I'm very serious about them. And just setting that tone sets up the rest of the day with success. And so, it's been very successful. I haven't yet to have any kids cry about it, and in general, they're laughing after about 5 seconds, but not laughing too hard, by the way, because I am a mean teacher, and that's just the truth of the matter is. But that segues into my least favorite compliment, which is, "Michael, you're such a nice guy," which is another way of saying, "Michael, I'll never go out with you," because that's kind of what it means. It's, you're a nice guy, but. And even if that weren't the case, I still don't like it. Because for me, doing what's right and what's moral is the main concern of my life. Well, the main concern is who Jesus is, and that's inspired me to make my second main concern of doing the right thing. Regardless of what I feel like doing, regardless of how much it costs me, it's like, what's the right thing to do? And I gotta tell you guys, it's not easy, it's not fun, it's not relaxing. It is satisfying in the long term, but it's not the kind of thing you can satisfy. You can rest your laurels on. It's like, it was good that one time, and now life is just sweet. It's like, it doesn't work that way. It's that doing the right thing is a constant, hard-fought battle. First with myself, because when you're hungry, you're grouchy, and you just that little kid cut in front of you, and just want to, "Hey, what is going on with you?" That's what you want to do because you're hungry and you're grouchy. It's like your body, or the Christians say, your flesh. It's like it's selfish, it's mean, it's quick to get angry, and it wants to screw everyone. And that's what your body is constantly pushing you towards. And your conscience, or little Jiminy Cricket's like, oh, that's not what you want to do. And it's really hard not to squash that cricket, or at least want to. And so you have this battle not only to do the right thing, but to do it for the right reason. Because this ingrating, it's like, alright, well, not hit that car. That's not actual morality. It's better behavior, and it's better than nothing, but it's not what I'm actually fighting for. It's I'm fighting doing the right thing for the right reason. And so I'm fighting against my natural inclinations, which is sex, drugs, and violence. That's what your body wants to do all the time. And then you have the culture of the world that we're living in, and it's not like, oh, America's just, oh, particularly bad, but it's like just any world you go into, it's like there's going to be this constant pressure outside of you, people saying, like, this is what you should be like. And in America, it's all kinds of silly materialism and vanity, which I struggle with just like anyone else, but it's like, there's a constant battle, this peer pressure, and even if you're countercultural, not a hipster, and not a hippie, but actually a hippie kind of thing, and you don't care what people think, you care what people think. Give me a break, you're such a liar. Is that you care what people think, and it's hard to have people look at you and think you're weird. It hurts, and like there is this natural inclination to just want to conform with the world and go with the flow. But for me, to do the right thing for the right reason, and sometimes I just tell people, it's like, I'm sorry, I can't do that. It wouldn't be right. Like, I'm just not going to do it. And like them having a look at you like, what's the big deal? And like, I don't have to defend it. I mean, I don't even think you should think it's a big deal, though I usually do. But it's like, that's not what I'm saying here. I'm just saying, it's like, I'm not going to do it. And that's hard. And, of course, I'm a Christian, so I believe there's actual spiritual forces that are working against me, too. And I don't make, like, a super big deal out of that. Like, you're not going to hear me say, Satan's the one that's making you. It's like, but sometimes it just is. Sometimes there's something outside of us, bigger than us, greater than us, that's just pushing us to do the right thing for the wrong reason, to take credit for things we shouldn't take credit for, and so that does happen, spiritual warfare stuff. And so I have this constant, hard-fought battle between my natural inclination, the cultural forces, the spiritual forces, all trying to make me do the wrong thing or the right thing for the wrong reason, or it's like it's hard. It's hard, like I say, blood, sweat, and tears. Of course, there's no actual blood involved because I'm not that good of a person. But it's like I want to be, and so I'm struggling, and it's so hard, and I'm fighting every day, and sometimes every moment to do the right thing and for the right reason, to not think I'm like get all stuck up about it or all in your face about it. And and then when I succeed a little bit, people are like, oh, Michael, you're so nice. No, I'll never go out with you. And I'm like, whatever. Because for me, for students, for children, when they say, are you a nice teacher? What they're really asking is, are you going to give me what I want? For a child, nice is synonymous with weak. It means I can push you around and get you what I want out of you. Because if not, you're mean. You're a mean teacher, they'll say sometimes when you make them do their homework. And it's true. It's like, that's true. I'm a very mean teacher. And the same thing's true in regular life. Is nice, what we mean when we say the word nice, we mean someone inoffensive. Somebody that doesn't hurt anyone's feelings under any circumstances, no matter what. But nice means completely inoffensive, which is weak. I mean, that's the only thing that really causes us no problem. It's something completely unthreatening. And so, I don't want to be a nice person. I mean, I want to be kind, I want to be tender, I want to be protective, I want to be good. But nice, puppies are nice. And I hate nothing against puppies, just so you know. But that's not who I am. I'm a man. And I'm going to try my best to be a good man. And that requires a lot of my strength.